Imagine two women, both 65, both with beautiful silver hair. One looks radiant, modern, expensive. The other looks tired and older than her years. Same age, same gray hair. So what is the difference? Here's what nobody tells you. It was never the gray itself. Going gray does not age you at all. But 5 specific mistakes, the ones almost every woman makes without realizing it, quietly turn silver into something that adds years. It is not your hair. It is not your age. It is 5 things you can fix. And number 4 is the one almost everyone misses. Welcome back, beautiful. I am so glad you're here. Before we start, I want to say something clearly, because it matters. This video is not about covering your gray, and it is absolutely not about wishing it away. Silver and gray hair is stunning. It is modern, it is elegant, and worn well. It is genuinely more striking than any dyed color could ever be. So this is not a video that tells you to fight your gray. It is a video that tells you how to wear it so it looks like the rich, luminous silver it is meant to be, instead of something dull and aging. There are 5 mistakes we are going to walk through, every one of them common, every one of them completely fixable, most of them for just a few dollars. And I'm going to give you a simple care routine at the end that ties it all together, plus real help for those of you still in the growing out phase. So stay with me right through. And let me say one more thing to settle any doubt. We are living in a moment when silver hair has never been more admired. Younger women are paying a small fortune at the salon to copy the exact shade of silver that is growing naturally out of your own head. Think about that. The thing some of us have quietly worried about is the very thing others are chasing. So, you are not behind the times at all. If anything, you are exactly in fashion and you did not have to pay a penny for it. The only question is whether your silver is being shown off at its best or being quietly held back by these 5 mistakes. Let's begin with the mistake that is by far the most common and the one that does the most damage. The first mistake, and the biggest one, is letting your gray hair turn yellow and brassy. This is the single most aging thing that happens to silver hair, and most women do not even realize it is happening because it happens slowly. Here is what goes on. Gray and white hair has lost its pigment, which means it has no color of its own to protect it, and that makes it act almost like a sponge. It soaks up every yellow and brassy tone around it. The minerals in your shower water, the sun, pollution in the air, heat from your styling tools, even some of the residue from ordinary shampoo. Little by little, all of that turns your clean, cool silver into a dull, yellowish, slightly dirty-looking shade. And here's the cruel part. Yellowed, brassy gray reads as unwashed and aged, even when your hair is perfectly clean, and it drains the freshness right out of your face. Have you ever caught your silver looking a little yellow in a photo and not known why? Now you do. So how do you fix it? And here is the good news. It costs almost nothing. The answer is a purple shampoo, sometimes called a silver shampoo or a toning shampoo. It sounds strange, purple shampoo on silver hair, but here is the simple science. Purple sits directly opposite yellow on the color wheel, which means purple cancels yellow out. When you wash with a purple shampoo, it neutralizes those yellow and brassy tones and returns your hair to a clean, cool, bright silver. The transformation genuinely surprises women the first time they see it. Now, a word of caution, because there is a right way to use it. Do not use purple shampoo every single day, because too much can leave a faint lilac or grayish cast. Once or twice a week is plenty for most women. Lather it in, and here's the trick. Leave it on for 2 to 3 minutes so it actually has time to work, then rinse. In between, use a gentle, moisturizing, regular shampoo. That simple rhythm, purple shampoo once or twice a week, is the single most powerful thing you can do to keep your silver looking bright, fresh, and years younger. If you do nothing else from this whole video, do this one, because it is the single fastest way to take years off your silver hair for the price of 1 drugstore bottle. And here are 2 extra tips that make an enormous difference. First, if you have hard water, and many of us do, those minerals are constantly depositing on your hair and turning it yellow. So a simple, inexpensive shower filter can genuinely change how your silver looks over time. Second, here is how to know if your hair is quietly yellowing without you noticing. Hold a piece of it next to a plain sheet of white printer paper in natural daylight by a window. Against true white, any yellow or brassy tone jumps right out at you. It is a small, honest test, and it will tell you in 2 seconds whether your purple shampoo is doing its job. Now, the next mistake is one you can probably feel every time you touch your hair. The second mistake is letting your gray hair go flat, dry, and lifeless. And this one is not your fault at all, because it is caused by a real physical change. When hair loses its pigment and turns gray, its texture changes too. The strands often become coarser, wearier, and much drier than they used to be, because the scalp produces less of the natural oil that once kept your hair soft and shiny. So, gray hair has a real tendency to look dry, dull, and to fall flat against the head with no life in it. And here is why that ages you. Flat, dry, lifeless hair, pressed close to the scalp, drags the whole face down and reads as tired and older, no matter how nice the color. Hair that has no movement and no shine looks like it has given up, and it makes you look like you have too. The fix comes in two parts, and both are easy. First, moisture. Dry silver hair is thirsty, so feed it. Use a richer, more hydrating conditioner than you used to, and add a weekly hair mask or a few drops of a lightweight hair oil, like argan oil, smoothed over the mid-lengths and ends. Moisture is what brings back the softness and the shine, and shine is what makes silver hair look luminous and expensive instead of dull and dry. Second, volume. You have to lift the hair up and away from the scalp to bring it back to life. Blow dry your hair with your head flipped upside down to lift it at the root. Use a light volumizing mousse or a root lifting spray. And never, ever flatten silver hair down close to your head, because that is the single most aging way to wear it. Lift it, add movement, add shine, and the same gray hair suddenly looks alive and years younger. A few more small things help enormously here. Switch to a soft boar bristle brush, which gently carries your scalp's natural oils down the strand to add shine, instead of a harsh plastic one that creates static and frizz on dry silver hair. Try not to overwash, because washing every single day strips away what little natural oil your scalp still makes and leaves silver hair even drier. And if you can, sleep on a silk or satin pillowcase, which creates far less friction than cotton, so you wake up with smoother, shinier hair and less breakage. None of these cost much, and together they keep your silver soft and full of life. Can you already feel which of these two you might be guilty of? Before the next one, I want to hear from you, because I read every comment. Tell me right now, in the comments, how long have you been gray, and did you go gray early or later in life? I love hearing everyone's silver story, so tell me down below. Now, onto the third mistake, and this one is about the shape of your hair. The third mistake is wearing the wrong haircut for your silver hair, and this matters more with gray hair than with any other color, for a reason most women never consider. Because silver is a lighter, cooler, more attention-drawing color than dark hair, the shape of the cut shows more, and every flaw in the shape shows more too. The wrong cut is the one that creates that dated look we are all quietly afraid of. Here is the version that ages you. A heavy, solid, all one-length shape with no movement in it, or tight, uniform, old-fashioned curls set close to the head, or a shape that has simply not changed in 20 or 30 years. Any of those, in silver, can read as dated and severe, and they pull the whole face down. The right version is all about softness and movement, soft layers that let the hair move and catch the light. A modern shape with some lift and some life to it. Gentle, face-framing pieces that soften the features rather than harden them. Silver hair absolutely loves movement, because movement lets it catch the light and show off that luminous, dimensional quality that only gray and white hair has. Think about it this way. Dyed hair is a flat, single color, but natural silver hair has dozens of shades in it. White, pewter, charcoal, soft gray, all woven together. And movement is what makes all of those shades shimmer and show. A soft, layered, modern cut is what lets your silver do the one beautiful thing that dyed hair simply cannot. If you want to go deeper on exactly which cuts do this best, I have a whole video on the 5 haircuts that take years off, and I will link it for you. But the rule to remember here is simple. Soft and layered with movement, never heavy, blunt, or frozen in place. And let me gently clear up one myth, because so many women believe it. You do not have to cut your silver hair short. Short can be wonderful, but a soft, layered lob at the collarbone, or even longer hair with plenty of layers and movement, can be just as flattering in silver, as long as it is not heavy and all one length. A soft, wispy fringe or curtain bangs can also be beautiful with silver, softening the forehead and framing the eyes. The color does not decide the length, the movement decides everything. Now, the fourth mistake is the one almost everybody misses, and honestly the one that surprises women the most, because it has nothing to do with your hair at all. Here is the mistake I promised you, the one almost nobody thinks about. When your hair turns silver, you have to update the things around your hair, and most women never do. Let me explain, because this is the mistake that quietly undoes everything else. When you had darker hair, your whole face was in balance with it. Your eyebrows, your makeup, the colors you wore, all of it was chosen, consciously or not, to go with darker hair. But then your hair slowly turned silver, a cool, light, completely different tone, and everything else stayed exactly the same. And now, without realizing it, you have a mismatch. The most common version of this is the eyebrows. So many women have beautiful silver hair and eyebrows they are still darkening to the deep brown or near black shade they used their whole life. And that hard, dark brow against soft silver hair looks harsh, heavy, and strangely aging because it no longer matches. The fix is to soften your brows. Go a shade or two lighter and softer than you used to, a soft taupe or a gentle gray brown, so your brows frame your eyes without fighting your hair. It is a small change that makes an enormous difference. The same idea applies to your makeup. Warm, orange-based foundations and bronzes that may have worked with warm, dark hair can look muddy against cool silver. And your lipstick, that harsh, dark, or brownish shade might now be draining you. Silver hair loves a cool, clear lip, a soft rose, a true red, a berry. There is more to update too, and it is all small. Your blush, if it leans warm and orange, can look muddy now, so a soft, cool pink or a rosy shade will bring your face to life against silver. A hard black eyeliner can look severe, so a soft brown or a smoky gray is often kinder. Even your mascara, a softer brown rather than a harsh jet black, can flatter silver hair beautifully. And if you wear glasses, this is the moment to make sure your frames flatter your silver too, because the frame sits right between your hair and your eyes. A warm tortoise or a soft color often works far better against silver than stark black, and it applies to the colors you wear right up near your face, which is actually the fifth mistake, so let me take you straight there, because the two go hand in hand. Before I do, tell me in the comments, had you ever thought about updating your eyebrows to match your silver? I have a feeling this one is a light bulb moment for a lot of you. Now, the fifth mistake. The fifth mistake is wearing the wrong colors right next to your silver hair. Because your hair is now a cool, luminous silver, the colors that sit closest to your face, your tops, your scarves, your collars, either make it glow or make it look dull and gray, and most women are accidentally doing the second one. Here is the version that works against you. Muddy, warm, murky colors worn up near the face. Things like mustard, rust, olive, warm beige, or a dull brown. Against cool silver hair, these warm, muddy tones clash, and worse, they cast their dullness upward onto both your hair and your skin, making the silver look flat and gray and making you look tired. The right version is the opposite. Silver hair is like a beautiful, cool-toned frame, and it looks absolutely stunning with clear, cool, rich colors. Think jewel tones, a deep emerald, a sapphire blue, a rich burgundy, an amethyst purple. Think true, clean colors rather than muddy ones. Even a crisp, pure white or a cool charcoal near the face makes silver hair look luminous and expensive. When you wear these cool, clear colors, they reflect beautifully off your silver, and the whole thing looks intentional, elegant, and rich, as if your hair and your outfit were designed together. And in a way, now they are. So the simple rule is this. Near your face, choose clear and cool over muddy and warm, and watch your silver come to life. One more lovely detail. Silver hair looks especially beautiful, with both silver-toned and gold jewelry now, so do not feel locked into one. A pair of earrings that picks up the cool light of your hair can tie your whole look together. And if you have to pick just one color to try first, reach for a deep, cool jewel tone like emerald, sapphire, or a rich burgundy, because those are almost universally flattering against silver, and they make the hair look instantly more expensive. If you are ever unsure whether a color suits you, a scarf is the easiest, cheapest way to test it. Hold different colors up near your face in the mirror and simply watch which ones make your silver glow and your skin brighten and which ones drain it. Your own reflection will tell you the truth every time. Now, let me give you that simple care routine I promised, so all 5 of these fixes become something you actually do, not just something you heard. Now, before I give you that routine, I want to speak directly to the women who are not fully silver yet, the ones in the hardest part of all, the growing out phase. Because if you have decided to stop coloring and let your natural silver come in, that in-between stage, with the line of gray at your roots and the old color on the ends, can be genuinely discouraging. So many women give up right here and reach for the box dye again, just weeks away from something beautiful. So let me encourage you and give you a real plan. First, know that the awkward phase is temporary, and it is the price of admission to hair that is healthier, cheaper, and more striking than dyed hair ever was. You are not letting yourself go. You are letting yourself through. I promise you, the finish line is closer and more beautiful than it looks from where you are standing right now. Second, you have choices in how you get there. Some women are brave and do the big chop, cutting off the colored length all at once for a fresh silver start. And if you have wanted to try shorter hair, this is a wonderful excuse. Others prefer to grow it out gradually. And a good hairdresser can help enormously here by blending the line with soft highlights and lowlights, so there is no harsh stripe, just a gentle, natural transition from root to tip. Ask your stylist specifically about a blending service for going gray, because it is something many now specialize in. And third, in the meantime, lean hard on everything else in this video. The volume, the movement, the cool, clear colors near your face, the softened brows. Because when the rest of your look is polished and intentional, the growing out phase reads as a deliberate choice rather than neglect. Have you been thinking about growing yours out, or have you already made the leap? Tell me in the comments, because the women who have done it have the best advice of all, and I would love for you to share it with each other. Hold on through the hard part. What is waiting on the other side is worth every single awkward week, and you will wonder why you ever hesitated. And before the routine, let me quickly add a handful of smaller mistakes to simply avoid, because they undo so much of the good work. Do not use your hot tools on the highest heat setting, because silver hair is already drier and more fragile, and high heat scorches it, which ironically can add to yellowing and breakage. Turn the heat down, and always use a heat protectant spray first. Do not brush your silver hair hard when it is soaking wet, because that is when it is weakest and most likely to snap. So use a wide tooth comb on wet hair and save the brush for when it is dry or nearly dry. Do not ignore your scalp, because healthy, hydrated hair starts at a healthy scalp, and a gentle weekly scalp massage genuinely helps circulation and shine. And do not fall for any product promising to reverse your gray from a bottle, because it cannot be done, and you would only be trading your beautiful silver for damage and disappointment. Small things, all of them, but avoiding these protects everything else you are doing. Here is your whole silver hair routine, and it is genuinely simple. 2 or 3 times a week you wash. Once or twice of those washes, reach for your purple toning shampoo, leaving it on for 2 to 3 minutes to keep the yellow away and your silver bright. The other wash, use a gentle, moisturizing shampoo so you are not stripping your hair. Every single time you condition, use something rich and hydrating, because silver hair is thirsty hair. Once a week, treat your hair to a deeper mask or smooth a few drops of a light hair oil through the mid-lengths and ends for shine. When you dry it, flip your head over and lift at the root for volume and add a little volumizing mousse or root spray so it never lies flat. That is the entire routine. A good toning shampoo, a rich conditioner, a weekly treatment, and drying for volume. It costs very little, it takes almost no extra time, and together with a soft modern cut, softened brows, and cool clear colors near your face, it will completely transform how your silver hair looks. You will go from dull, flat, and yellowed to bright, soft, full of movement, and genuinely radiant. Same hair, same age. A completely different woman in the mirror, and not because anything about you changed, but because you finally started showing off what was already there. So here is what ties all 5 of these mistakes together, the real secret underneath every one of them. Beautiful silver hair comes down to 3 things: brightness, movement, and harmony. Brightness, because clean, cool, yellow-free silver looks fresh and luminous instead of dull and aged. Movement, because soft layers and lift and shine let your silver catch the light and show off all its dimension. And harmony, because your brows, your makeup, and the colors you wear all need to be updated to match your beautiful new silver, so everything works together instead of fighting. Get those 3 right, and here is the truth I want you to really hear. Gray hair does not age you. It never did. Dull, flat, yellowed, unframed gray hair ages you, and that is a completely different thing, and every bit of it is fixable. Silver hair, worn with brightness, movement, and harmony, is one of the most striking, elegant, and yes, expensive-looking things a woman can have. It is a crown you earned by living, one silver strand at a time, through every joy and every hard season that brought you here. There is a reason younger women now pay their hairdressers a fortune to fake the very silver that is growing out of your head for free. So wear it like the crown it is. If this gave you a whole new way to see the beautiful silver hair you already have, please give this video a like, because it genuinely helps more women over 60 find their way to this little corner of encouragement. Subscribe if you would like more real, practical, kind style and beauty advice made just for this wonderful stage of life, with new videos every single week. And I would truly love to hear from you. So tell me in the comments, which of these 5 mistakes were you making without even realizing it, and which one are you going to fix first? Was it the purple shampoo, the volume, the cut, the eyebrows, or the colors? I read every single comment, and I treasure hearing from you. Remember this, always. Your best years are not behind you. They are happening right now, today, in this very season of your life. And that silver hair of yours is not a sign of getting older. Worn right, it is the most elegant thing you own. Stay stylish and stay confident always. You deserve to feel beautiful, exactly as you are, today and every day.